Hello, happy Valentine's Day. I'm so glad that you could join us today. If you're catching this live, welcome. If you're catching this on the replay, that is okay. I'm glad that you're here and I'm glad that you are receiving this message today. I was doing a little reflecting and I wanted to kind of open you up to what's been going on inside of like my world, business world, and all of that. And what better way to talk about this today than having it be Valentine's Day and talking about self-care and how that is so important in every aspect of our lives of being able to take a step back. So thank you so much for joining me. And why I titled this as Self-Care is Asking for Help is because recently I've just felt like a little bit lost. Not lost in like what we're doing or how we're helping people, but just lost in direction and lost in like what those next steps that I need to take, whether it be in personal life or even especially in business, which is where I was feeling like the most kind of like, I don't know what's next. Like, I don't know what I need to do from here or what I should be focusing on. So I was left kind of feeling a little bit, what's going on? Like, what do I need to do now? And just left me almost feeling paralyzed, and I know that you might have felt this way before too, where you know that you want to make a change. You know that you need to do something as far as with your health and your nutrition. You want to feel better. You want to have better energy. You want to feel more confident. And you have all of these aspirations of like, I want to get there and I know that I can get there and I need to make a change. But you're like, I don't know what that step needs to be. I don't know what that first step is, or I don't know how to get there other than I really, really want to get there. And the same thing is true with business too. I have a major, major vision for Nourished with Emily. I want to be able to help women feel more confident in their skin. Let food be something that we joyfully have in our lives, that it's not causing us mental struggle anymore, that we can eat the food and feel good and help you achieve your goals. And that's a huge, huge goal. And it's obviously not something that we can always put our fingers on, but it's something that we're working towards. And as I was sitting here over these last couple weeks, from the end of January to beginning of February, I felt like I just didn't have direction. I was like, I'm setting goals, but like, I don't know if they're the right goals that should be setting. I don't know what that next step really needs to be. I don't know what I need to be aspiring to or what that next move is. And in true entrepreneur fashion, especially when I first started my business, I realized I needed to ask for help. I needed to get the feedback from somebody who might be able to take a step and look outside of my business and outside what I am doing and saying like, hey, this is that next step for us. This is that path that we're looking for. This is what I want you to dive into, which can be really, really scary to like raise our hands and be like, hey, help me here. And I always get a little bit like nervous too before I'm having a conversation with somebody, especially another coach, of like, what do I need to be doing? What do I need to accomplish? Because you're always concerned of like, are they going to tell me everything I'm doing is wrong? Are they going to upend my world? Is this going to make it difficult? And I hear this a lot too when someone is considering working with us or working with a registered dietitian. They get that nervous energy in their stomach like, I don't know what they're going to tell me. They're going to tell me everything I've been doing is wrong and that I'm doing the wrong thing and that I'm hurting myself rather than helping myself. I remember feeling the same way when I was going in to see a registered dietitian when I was seeking treatment for my ED. I was so concerned that she was like, you're doing this all wrong, you're hurting yourself. However, it was someone that was nurturing and kind of helped pave that way for me and help me to kind of take that next step to seek recovery and to feel better. And it's the same thing too when you're reaching out to work with us. If you know that you want to make a change, and usually when you're working with someone, they're kind of holding your feet to the fire. They're helping you say like, all right, here's the goal, here's the next step, here's what we need to do. So with this, I had won through a silent auction and I was able to schedule an entire CEO day with a wonderful coach that I know who, her big thing is like the exorcism of negative self-talk, which we talked a little bit about on our day together, but also to be able to have somebody on the outside look at what's going on inside of NWE and saying, here's where we need to focus on. Here's where that pipeline begins. Here's where we need to put more of our energy to be able to help people. And I was so nervous going into that meeting, though I know this person personally. She is wonderful. We had dinner a couple days before together, but I was still nervous to disclose everything that was going on and, where I felt and how I was feeling before I could make that change. It almost held me back, and I was like, well, maybe I'll cancel, maybe I'll move it. And if it doesn't go well today, well, it was, just a day and it was a Friday and it's fine. But it was so transformative to the point where I feel like I have direction now. I feel like I have somebody helping to kind of push me forward in that gentle manner of, and she even checked in with me yesterday of like, hey, how are the things going that we talked about? Like checking in with you. Were you able to change some of these things? Have we changed the messaging a little bit? Have we been able to help other people too, to kind of change that perspective on everything? And it's really, really hard to ask for help. And I was nervous, like I said, when I went in there of like, okay, what's going to happen? But I came out with a peace of mind, and I actually 3-minute long voice memoed my assistant, Erica, saying like, all right, here's some changes that we're making. This is what we're looking for. Here's what I need for you to help me with this. And the last couple of days have been so refreshing, and I feel like I have that clear path. So why I share this with you, that self-care is asking for help, because I was almost spinning in my own, let's say pit of well, what do I do now? What's my next step? What do I need to focus on? How do I continue to grow this? Because Nourished with Emily has been growing over the last couple of years. How do I continue to blossom and flourish far beyond what I'm doing right now? And I was given that clarity, I was given that feedback, and I was given that support. So if you don't follow Devin Robinson, you need to go follow Devin Robinson. She's absolutely fabulous. Developing with Devin on Instagram. But she was able to give me some feedback and that outside look into what's going on and say, okay, don't worry about this right now. Here's where we need to focus. Here's where we're going to get our time back. And here's where you're going to help people the most. So my message to you from this is self-care doesn't always have to mean that you're taking a bubble bath or you're going to get a facial or it's getting a coffee. Sometimes self-care is saying, I need help, and let me find the people that are going to help me get there. And she really, really helped me kind of change my vision and help me to expand it and be able to help you and get more clarity around what those next steps are going to be. So as you see, we've launched a new freebie, which is awesome. Our Nourished membership is kicking and going so well, and we want you to join that as well too. It's only $29 a month. So if you have that decision fatigue on Saturdays or Sundays of I don't know what the heck to eat now, I don't know what I should be making, what should my meals be looking like, I need recipes, the Nourished membership is only $29 a month. You get over 200 different recipes and growing our extensive 15-page long video library that gives you trainings on everything, micronutrients, macronutrients, plateaus, maintenance, all of that, as well as access to every single monthly masterclass and a Q&A every single month to get your questions answered. So it's insanely inexpensive to help you kind of make those changes. If you're interested in that, comment membership down below, and I'll send you the info over for that. But this is really your kind of stepping stone into NWE, but where you're getting the resources that you need to help you make change. And we can't wait to be continuing to give you those things. So thank you for listening today. This is your reminder that self-care sometimes is asking for help, and that is completely okay. And we are here to support you when you are ready to ask for help. I asked for help, and I feel a heck of a lot better after I did so. So thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.